Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here, your source for gaming, tech, emulation, and open source news. Let's get started. Alright, we'll kick things off talking about PlayStation 4 emulation with ShadPS4, and ShadPS4 continues to make improvements in leaps and bounds. The latest one here corrects some colors in Bloodborne. While the game is still not playable, the fact that it's booting altogether is impressive. The fact that they've already corrected the colors is even more impressive, and I'll drop a link to this video in the description below so you can see it with your own eyes. Now, it's worth pointing out that that's from development version 0.1.1, which is not officially released yet. ShadPS4 is 100% free, it's open source, and let me know your thoughts about its potential in the comments below. And speaking about development versions and potential, next up we're talking about Wii U emulation on Android with CEMU. Now yesterday we talked about CEMU for Android in the works and a development build has leaked. Some people have that development build, some people have went to GitHub to build their own versions of it. And the results so far are impressive. Over in the videos channel on CEMU's Discord, it's been flooded with a whole bunch of videos from the Android version of CEMU, and these results are very impressive so far. Frame rates for a lot of games are already above 30 frames per second, which is impressive. Someone had Super Mario Kart running at over 40 frames per second. Now, there are some games like Xenoblade Chronicles X that don't really seem to be booting. Now, there is something here worth pointing out. I said this in yesterday's video and I'll say it again. Be patient for CEMU on Android. If I'm not mistaken, the development team is just one person here. There was a leaked version of CEMU on Android that was sent out and it was since taken down. There are some malicious versions of CEMU on Android out there already, so be careful. And I don't recommend going to the CEMU Discord and harassing them to release this thing. Be patient. If you join the Discord, be respectful. And speaking about being patient and waiting for a release, next up we're talking about Double Dragon. Now, in yesterday's video, we talked about the Double Dragon 3D rumor being produced by Arc System Works, and it turns out, yes, that rumor was actually true. Arc System Works has unveiled Double Dragon Revive, and this is the 3D version of Double Dragon, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's headed to PS5, PS4, which is surprising. PS4 is still getting releases, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. And it is releasing in 2025. I'll drop a link to the trailer in the description below. And speaking about trailers, next up we've got something that's a little bit more beefy than a standard trailer. And that's 30 minutes of gameplay from Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. If you are curious about this one, I'll drop a link to it in the description below, and if you're a fan of the game, here's 30 minutes of gameplay for you. Now, this game is set to release on November 14th, and taking a look at the Steam page, I don't see any signs of de novo yet. And speaking about Steam and de novo, next up we're talking about Beyond Good and Evil. And Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition dropped towards the end of June this year, and it does have de novo on it. And interestingly here, the regular version of Beyond Good and Evil has been delisted from Steam. So it appears that Ubisoft is basically forcing people to get the updated version of Beyond Good and Evil. Now, if you still wanted the original, it is still available on GOG, but who knows for how long, and it's significantly cheaper. Next up here, we're quickly talking about Nintendo, and Nintendo has unveiled a very interesting trailer, kind of for a game that they're not normally known for. Nintendo's social media team had a hashtag called WhoIsEmio, or Emio, I'm not quite sure on how to pronounce that one. There is a teaser website as well, and apparently it means the Smiling Man. It's a horror, mystery, some sort of game. Unfortunately, I don't really have any more details about this one. I don't even know if Emio translates to the Smiling Man or not. We don't have a whole lot of details yet, and information on this seems to be pretty scarce. If you know anything about it, let me know in the comments below. Next up is a friendly heads up if you use Delta Emulator on iOS. Delta is about to get an update on the App Store. It just received a brand new update on the Alt Store. They say this is a big update here, version 1.6, and it's fully optimized for the iPad. On top of that, and not that it really matters to you, but Delta's logo will also be changing again to get away from the close resemblance to Adobe. Anyways, Delta has been extremely popular over on the App Store with over 10 million downloads. And last up here, if you're a fan of Resident Evil 2 and you're a fan of modding, you might be a fan of this upcoming mod called Revisited. There's a brand new trailer for it over on YouTube. I'll drop a link to it in the description below. Their ModsDB page says everyone knows the Mansion incident, May 11th, 1998. The Arclay facility fall victim to its own hubris and the Tyrant virus escapes its laboratory confines. But the STARS investigation is at least a month away. What went on in the final weeks? Play as Trent, an Umbrella agent sent to assess the facility and retrieve Umbrella's precious research. And like everything I talk about, I'll drop a link to this page in the description below, and feel free to check it out if you're interested and wanted to learn more about it. And last up here, we're talking about Fallout London. Now, Fallout London is set to release very soon, and in order to update the game to this mod, you actually have to downgrade it. Apparently, it's not compatible with the latest update version of Fallout 4. So from my understanding, Bethesda's next-gen update is not stable enough, and they're not going to wait around for Bethesda to make everything nice and stable to release Fallout London. So they are including an automatic downgrader for you. While I find this quite amusing, it's not surprising at all, especially in today's day and age with games in the state that things are released in. But I am impressed that they are including a downgrader to make the process easy for everyone. But anyways, that is all I've got for you in this one. Straight to the point, all stuff and no fluff. We talked about a bunch today. Let me know your thoughts about absolutely any of it in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my other videos. Don't tempt fate. Save your state.